Alright, hello out there. This is DayTraderRockStar for Wednesday, March 26th, coming into the market. First stock I want to actually look at here, of course, the overall market is the S&P. And what we see here is we have that downward trend line. Let me zoom out a little here. You can see where this downward trend line is. We broke through it. This is something I covered earlier on the previous day's watch list, and I just want to show you what's happening here. Remember, when you have a breakout of a nice downward trend line, in this case it's a 60-minute chart, you get a retest of the line here. It held up, and then we rallied off of it. And that's always a rule that you want to try to abide by, and to stay disciplined enough to, if you understand that first breakout, it doesn't usually hold. You're always going to get a retest. Not always, but you're usually going to get a retest. So even if you do get the breakout here, remember, take profits, retest, go long if it holds, and then you're on your way. So we had a nice run up here from the retest, and now I'm actually looking at the daily chart here, and I'm going through my scans, and I'm, wait a second, it's starting to look like something. Stochastic's getting a little overbought here. We didn't make that higher high yet, which is a main thing for me. I want to see a higher high in the market, and this is on the daily chart. We haven't made a higher high. Had a little consolidation stuff. The good thing is we broke above the 20-period moving average to 50-period moving average on the daily chart. Alright, so I said, well, this is starting to look something I'm very familiar with. So I said, alright, kind of a wide bottom here, getting a little narrow, lifting up here. So I bet I could see this on the 60-minute chart. So I bring it to the 60-minute chart, and I said, oh, yeah, I could recommend this. I could recognize this. Keeping this other line in place there, I take my trend line from the high here on the 12th and bring it all the way up. And over here I do the same thing. I take the low trend line and I bring it all the way up. And what we have here is a very reliable pattern. Very reliable pattern. It's called the wedge pattern, a rising wedge. Rising wedge is a very bearish pattern. And, and again, you come to an apex here, a point where the market, it's already made a move up. That's why this is a bearish move. It's a move where, once we break down through this downward trend line, it's a decent move. Now there's actually calculations on this, and I haven't gone over the rising wedge in a while. I should get my textbook out. Sometimes you have to go back and look up some old school stuff, how to determine target points on some of these patterns. There's actually a real good book. I actually mentioned it on my blog there, and let me see what it is again. On my daily money blog here. I wonder if I still have it up. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's still here. Technical Analysis Explained. That's actually a pretty good book, because it discusses profit potentials and stuff. Anyway, we have the rising wedge here, and you can see this low here in the market that happened this morning on the sell-off on the consumer confidence. We got down to about 1341. So I'll be looking for that 1341 area right here. And tell me what happens tomorrow. If we do break through that 1341, we'll definitely be breaking down out of this pattern. And I'm actually going to be shorting this breakdown of this pattern, because this will be on the 60-minute chart. That bar should be a nice bar. It should be a continuation bar. Again, you probably could see a retest back up to the line later on, so you have to be nimble. But I do think a breakdown of this rising wedge here is going to foresee a bigger move down. So just to give you an idea what just going to do something here. I just want to see something here. Yeah. Alright, not to worry about that. Just checking out some things. So that's my main thing I'll be watching tomorrow. Again, bias. Another interesting thing is stochastics up here are kind of bullish. They're embedded up here, but this is again on the 60-minute chart. I really like that embedded stochastics when we see it more on the daily chart. So let's talk about some stocks now. Let's talk about one that's in the news. It's going to be in the news this week, Rambus. So we had that nice move yesterday, and we nice consolidation here. We're just waiting for some news to come out on this one. This one's in a court patent infringement case, and that should be clearing up this week. Again, options talking about the volatility and the movement in this one is going to be a big move either way. I think they think a 60% move in either direction, maybe even higher. Again, it's a gamble. You need to be fast in front of the screen. I wouldn't be recommending this one to anyone unless they're in for a fast, quick move and you know what you're doing here. Darling, DAR. I haven't revisited this one. I am actually holding some Darling. I like this breakdown of this downtrend. We never got lower than the 50-day moving average other than one day, and then we came right back up and we're trading back above the 20-day moving average. Actually broke above this trend line. The volume's starting to pick up. A nice spike up on the stochastics. I call it a check mark, a stochastic check mark here, which is a bullish. So I'm looking for a continuation move in Darling. And I want to probably add to that one. Again, I like the sector. I love everything about the stock. DAR. I love it. Let's take a look at Caterpillar. I'm surprised that Caterpillar didn't break out today. The only reason, you know, with all the Monsanto news, lots of resistance at this level. So if it didn't do it today, I'd be careful about it tomorrow. But when it does break it, maybe get a pullback before it does break here. But this one's going to be set up. Actually, I'm going to set this one up probably on the 10 for 1,000 list. But you can see if you go all the way back, you can see this area here has it was even touched back here in August. Now it's a very strange thing that I just zooming out right now and just seeing how each time this line is actually touched, hit here, it hit here, it hit here, it hit here, traded right around it, came back up, hit it again here. Now it's consolidating right under it. A move above this area is probably going to get us a nice move. And that area we want to do is just concentrate on that high of that move right there. So we'll zoom in here. I'd actually watch this area here, a high of 77.25, 77.27 actually. I'd watch 77.27 on Caterpillar and set your alerts for that. That could be an interesting move on Caterpillar. All right, and here's some new ones that I'm starting to watch, showing up on my watch list. Biogen, VIIB. Looking at it again, I'm not calling for moving this one. I am in CVC. I got in this one yesterday. I said, look at a nice area here, nice double bottom. Stochastic starting to lift up here. Nice volume lift today. This one looks like it's going to continue up. This one again always has the potential of news coming out, so you want to keep this one always on your watch list. CVC. And one last thing I want to talk about is the SDS Pro shares. Again, this is it the SDS here I'm talking about here? Ultra short S&P 500. You go long this if you think the market's coming down. So those who are holding some things and you break down out of the this wedge pattern, look for this one actually to go up. Again, these are usually inverted. Has the opposite chart pattern of a stock, you know, the market. So here we go. We have a falling wedge here, and we could break above this. So everything would. This is actually starting to look like a buy too, just because the market's starting to look like a sell. So here's an option for you if you want to hold on to your longs. You could always go long the pro shares. Go long the pro shares. Going long means you're shorting the market. SDS. All right, that's it. See you tomorrow morning at www.daytradingradio.com. It's www.daytradingradio.com. And if I have any updates, I'll bring them to you. And hope to see you there live trading every day.